So you guys might agree with me or might not agree with me that I think that almost everything, or if not everything, is actually a skill. The reason why I say this is because I have ventured into a few things in life, and I don't think that there is such thing called an innate skill. You might have a better head start in various aspects in life. Maybe you watch your parents do certain things growing up, or maybe you hang out with certain friends or are drawn to certain things in life that piques your interest. But I do believe that as a child, you already know that what you love to do. And somehow with what other people deem as realities in life, it puts you off course. The reason why I brought this up, right, is because I recently went on a podcast and I was also having a conversation with a friend, and I was telling her that, I usually can't listen to myself in a podcast. That was before the podcaster posted the episode. So after he posted it, I was like, okay, maybe let's give myself a try and listen to the episode. So I did. I managed to finish half the podcast, and halfway through I found myself excruciating, repeating words. I can't stand my accent. So I actually don't know how I managed to edit all my videos all this while. That's why I think it is a skill, Even me talking in front of the camera doesn't come naturally. If I have to look back even just a year ago, I had to script everything, I journal my thoughts. But now I can just let my thoughts flow and I just speak naturally and wing it. So to me, this is already a win. I see it as progress. I see it as something that it might be self-critical, but if you see it from a different perspective, that you critique yourself and you are willing to grow, it can be a good thing so long you have a growth mindset rather than one that turns into self-doubt. Because I've been there. And I also think that although I put myself forward, other people might not feel what I'm feeling. So I somehow have to put myself out of the situation and see myself from an outsider point of view, because other people might not feel what I'm feeling. If I critique myself, it's just from my point of view. Everyone is self-critical, isn't it? So these days when I create content, I have to think of what are the values that I can give rather than being so self-focused. Yeah. So I'm curious about what you guys think, and let's get on to some work. Back on! So today I thought to start on my drawing. Last week I was planning my pages, doing the flat plan, and I hit a roadblock. I had 2 extra spreads whereby I don't know how to string them. I'm trying to get as close to the industry standard as possible, which are 16 spreads, 32 pages. Then I realized we're living in a modern age, right? We have AI. So what I did was I essentially gave ChatGPT my whole manuscript, typed out spread by spread what are my plan and what are the 2 additional ones. Then it just helped me solve it. I mean, of course it's not like 100%, but it's a good start. It gave me a really good solution, and it's a very good second brain essentially to bounce ideas, and I can chat with it to see what's the best potential solution is. So I'm happy with it. And last week I said that I've got 1,500 words. I was wrong. It's actually 2,500 words. Of course, I haven't found a solution yet to shrink to 500 words, but I managed to storyboard it and plan it into my flat plan to 16 spreads, which is a very good start. It gave me a very good rough idea on, like, as I work on the project, the illustration, I can somehow maybe work on the copy as I go. Let's just hope that works out. I thought since I've got my flat plan kind of like plan out, this week I can start doing the more exciting stuff, illustrating. I've already started working on it yesterday, so come, let me show you guys. During the holiday last year, I actually took up a course on Domestika, which is a very good app. Bought a few courses, so I was teaching myself how to illustrate because this project is essentially very new to me. The first course that I took was by Carl Webster, which is very helpful, which I also recently found that he is actually the rock star in the illustration world, and it's only 99p. During the course, he said draw 3 different thumbnails as options, and that's what I did. What I wanted to work on is the copyright and title page. I have like 3 options of thumbnails here that I've done, and let me just go through with you guys one by one. The first one is this. I have 2 characters, 1 main character and 1 supporting character, and they are like holding hands, running down the scenic route. These boxes are just placement for text. These are the 3 kind of like inspirations that I've got. 2 kids running down the hill, scenic path, just a bit whiny and things like that, or green. This is the second one. It's just the main character looking at the scenic route. I collected all these images from Pinterest to help me mix and match, to give me inspiration on how I can draw these images. It's also to help me with getting all the proportions right. I've got this like very cute little Mongolian girl looking over her shoulder, but of course my character is a boy. I'm going to overlay with this like scenic route kind of like path and just mix and match these two images together, which gives me this thumbnail and of course the placement text of where I'm going to put the title and where I'm going to put like a little poem over here, which sets the mood. And the third one here, it's a bit scribbly because that's the whole point. You are just doing a thumbnail to give you a rough idea. It's not something you want it to look perfect. The idea is just essentially like a satellite view, a bird's eye view of a park, like a Google map of where the boy is going to go as he embarks on his journey. And this is what I've done so far. I kind of like place the text this way, draw the path around it so I can roughly know where the text placement are. And this box is where the first poem will be to set the tone. My 3 thumbnails at the top, and obviously the third option is the one that I've picked because I think it's quite fun. When the kid opened the book, it's actually a map and it ties in together of like the whole scenic route theme. I think it will also help me visualize what are the next few scenes going to look like as I illustrate it. Of course, I have all the Google map thing that I find quite interesting. Some of these I just screenshotted from my maps. Like these are like rows of houses. I've got planned to maybe draw some houses over here. So maybe the boy starts the journey over here and walk through the path. There's a huge lake nearby where I live, so I thought it's quite interesting. But I don't really like the brown greyish color. I like the really blue kind of like lake. I think children visualize it that way as well. Some trees and all, which I will touch up. I've got a center page marker over here, so I know where I can draw and where I can put all my placement. So yeah, this is what I've worked on since last night actually, and I plan to finish my artwork tonight. And going back to the start of the video, I've not done any character design before. So this is something that I am a little bit nervous about, because I am not quite sure what to do. Just like everything that I've done with this project. Like last week I thought I would go with the book size of 8x10. I saw there's an option of 8.5 by 11 inches and I thought, oh, bigger the better, right? Of course, bigger the better. I went with that. So what I've illustrated, what you have seen, is 8.5 by 11, excluding the bleed size of 0.25. So it's 8.5 plus 8.5, so it's 17 by 11. That's 17.25 by 11.25. So anyway, let's finish this drawing and let me know what you guys think. I am new to all of this, so any suggestions or any feedback, I'm all ears. The character design will be a future problem. So I spent the whole evening trying to finish the illustration last night, the title and copyright page, and I think I've done it. Well, at least 90% of the artwork, because as with any other creative project, you never really finish it, or at least you feel that it's never really entirely finished, because it's just really not possible. There are always things that can be touched up, that can be improved. Back to the artwork. I like the artwork, but I am also not very sure about it because it kind of looked like a landscape design artwork rather than a children illustration artwork. You know what? I don't know. You can't look at an artwork in silo. My idea of this artwork is like a map, right, to set the tone. So I kind of have to work on the next few spreads to finish them and see how the flow is like. Then I can make a decision on whether if it fits in. If it does, good. I can refine this even more, and if it doesn't, then I can work on a different artwork because I've got 3 options. I actually really like the opening poem, so let me read that for you right now. Some paths are winding, soft and slow, through gardens where brave young hearts grow. Not wrong, not broken, just the way. They bloom with magic every day. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys don't know me, my name is Eli Yeung, a model living with scoliosis. Since becoming a model, especially as a person living with scoliosis, I am very self-conscious about my body. Also, I don't have a lot of confidence. It's something that I have to learn, develop and overcome. And to do that is to embrace myself for who I am as a person. That's where the idea of this book came in. It's a book about scoliosis, but it's also really a book about self-discovery, that there's no one straight path in life, hence the scenic route, because every corner that you turn, There's something beautiful and there's something unexpected. You just don't know what's around the corner waiting for you. Plus, it's also a project that is challenging that I've never done before. I get to learn along the way and you guys get to come on this journey with me as well. And hopefully you guys will also get something out of it too. Thanks so much and I'll see you guys next week.